Grown men. We're grown men,
Right,
okay?
right, right, right. But everyone knows my position by now, dude. I come in these rooms enough. Everyone knows that I believe Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is one, and they're co-equal, coexistent. Everyone knows that about me. That's common sense, right? That I mean,
Yeah,
unless you got to
but
be
you conceded that he was subjected to the Father.
no,
Yeah,
no,
you
no, no,
did.
no, no,
You did. We can go back and
no.
listen to the replays.
Right,
What are you
right.
talking
The
about?
Bible does not say that, but you don't
Yes,
understand what
but
that
by
means because you
definition,
don't
being
understand the
subjected to someone means that you're beneath them. By definition.
you don't understand the
Bro,
Trinity.
bro,
That's the reason
bro,
why.
bro. The problem is that you don't understand the English language. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that could be the problem, Liam, because you understand it a lot better than me, right?
Yeah,
And
and
that's
it's not
all you
even
need
my
to know.
first language. Apparently, I understand it better
And
than
that's the
you.
reason why you're not a Christian, because you understand English so much better than me,
Well,
right?
the word
Oh my
subject in any context refers to somebody being beneath someone else. Like it infers a hierarchy of positions.
Liam. Liam. That's the reason why you have Andrew Tate's comment
Why
on
why
your
why
picture,
why why are you
PTR,
going to Andrew Tate all of a sudden?
over a man
You're
who made
pissed.
the for
You're
Islam in
like
one
you're
second.
man. Look,
All
I
of a
mean, he
sudden he's
left
praying.
Christianity. He
Is he
left
the new prophet?
Christianity. He left Christianity just like myself. It's
No, he was
okay, you
never a
know.
Christian.
But
You can clearly tell
take
by
it
the
easy.
works of him.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Relax. You know, take a chill pill. Here's the reality, right? The reality is you were utterly exposed today. You claimed that Jesus followed a different religion than you follow yourself.
Hold on,
So
wait, wait.
what
He
basis?
followed
So
the.
on what basis? So on what basis do you hold these beliefs that you hold? Yani
That
on
makes no sense,
what
bro.
what's the basis for your beliefs? Why do you believe what you believe? You really have to question this.
Because of
You really
Jesus,
have to like do deep reflection on this.
bro. How the heck can I be the? Technically, we are in a way of the same religion as the Jews because of Jesus, right? We're still in the Jewish faith. I don't get that confused.
Do you hold any of the commandments that the Jews hold? Do you live
If
by any of
Christ
those
fulfilled it,
rules?
and therefore, yes, I
No,
do,
I'm saying
because Christ
he
fulfilled it.
fulfilled it, but do you fulfill it every day? No,
Christ
I'm
fulfilled
asking,
it.
do you fulfill it?
Copium. Big
You guys
lines of
don't
copium are
understand.
being
You guys don't
snorted right now.
understand what it means to be a Christian. That's why you're confused.
I don't
Christ
Big
think you
fulfilled
big
the law,
understand what it means
therefore
to
I
be a
fulfilled
Christian, because one moment you're telling us you're a Jew, but you don't follow the law. Next you're telling us a Christian, but you don't follow Catholicism. Then supposedly you follow this guy Paul. You don't know
it.
He's
You
what he
don't
said
follow
deceiving like
either.
Paul
the
did.
You're
you
all over the
guys
place,
are
buddy.
funny, dude. These dudes are so
I was
hilarious.
listening. I was
Paul,
listening for the last
Paul
30
did the
minutes, and
same
this was
thing.
hilarious. It got
You guys are
quiet,
just
and
mixing this stuff
you
up
got
on
quiet, and
purpose.
you
I
said,
get what you
"Oh,
got.
we must know that the one what you can't even decide what your religion is."
He's a true follower of Paul.
Rich said, "What is my name? Is that my real name? No, my real name is not Christian.
I have no idea what your. I
Yeah,
don't even know if you know your real name. I don't know what you know. You don't know your
I wish my
religion.
name was.
How do you
That'd
know
be
your real
funny.
name?
Nice, huh?
He doesn't know his real name, in
I don't
fact.
think he does.
I can
Yeah,
explain
you
why,
guys
by the
right. I
way.
don't know my real name.
Just like you don't know
Just
who
like
you're worshiping,
just
right?
like
Are you
Liam
worshiping a
Neeson.
man? Are you worshiping Paul? It seems like you're worshiping Paul because from what I heard you said Jesus said one thing, and you said something interesting, and I want you to bring the Bible verse
Look at
where he
all
said first. Bring the
these.
Bible verse that he said first. I came here. That was your claim, but I know it doesn't say that. And then you said, oh, but Paul taught us something else. So if you want to worship Paul, you're welcome. Just call yourself a Paulinite or whatever the word is going to be. Then it'll be more clear for everybody. You don't have to come up and say you're a Jew and insult the Jewish religion of which you don't practice.
Wait, Christian. Wait,
God.
did you see that Paul taught
The
something
Jews, the
else?
three of you.
Yeah, the Jews explicitly state that you're polytheist. They won't even enter, what you call a church, a place of worship. I don't even know if you go to church, to be honest. You guys said you're not Protestant. Which one of
No,
you is
no,
not
we're
Protestant?
monotheist,
We
and
don't
the
know if you're
Jews
a
know that.
monotheist. The Jews definitely know that you're not monotheist. We know that you're not
Yes,
monotheist
they
either.
do.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you know what you are. So when you
No,
say
they don't.
monotheist, what church do you attend? The church that you attend, does
No,
it have a
no Jew,
statue of
no,
Mary
no
or not,
Jew,
or a
The
statue of
Jews, the
Jesus?
Jews say that they
no,
are
Yeah,
no Jew holds
idolaters
that opinion.
and
Of course,
pagans.
Taz is
let's
in the
try this
room.
out. Let's try this out. Let's try this out, Christian. Can you explain to us how you don't believe in three gods?
A Jew won't enter a
Yeah, I
church.
believe in one God. Done. I believe in one God. Done. If so,
You
hold on,
believe
hold on.
the you believe the Father's God?
You know what? I told this one guy that claimed he was a Christian, but he didn't believe, in Trinity. I told him, I said this. He said, you prove to me that you don't believe in three gods. I said simply, I don't believe in three gods. If someone
Yeah.
believes in three gods, listen. If someone believed in three gods, do they have a shame are they ashamed to believe in three gods?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why would somebody be ashamed? If somebody believed in three gods, they're not ashamed to believe in three gods.
In other words,
That don't
your
even make.
position, your position entails that you believe in three gods, but you don't realize it.
You
That's
guys
the
do
point.
know tritheists exist, and they are proudly serving three gods. Did you guys
Yeah.
not know?
I'm saying you're a tritheist. You believe
No.
that the
Did you?
Father's God, you believe that the Son is God, you believe that the Holy Spirit is God, and you
Hold on, wait.
believe that let me finish, sir. Let me finish. And you believe that they're not each other, and the way in which we count would be 1 + 1 + 1. We include three gods there, not one God. So explain to me how you have three individuals which are not identical to each other, each one
Mhm.
are God, and how there's not three gods.
Okay. Well, I want you to first think about this. Well, you just failed in English. Not that I'm always speaking perfect in English, but I want you to think of one thing. If I say
Listen,
three
just
guys, hold
answer the
on,
question. Just
please,
answer
please.
the
I
question.
want to answer it,
I
please.
don't I don't want an English lesson. Just
I'm not.
answer the
I'm not.
question.
No, I'm definitely not giving you an English lesson. I want you to think about this. So, if I think of three gods, I would say Jesus is a God, and God the Father is a God, and then the Holy Spirit is a God. But we say
Yeah.
Jesus is God. Hold on, the Holy Spirit is God, and the Father is God, indicating there's one God. That's why we
Yeah.
don't say a God. Do you understand?
Okay. So when you say that Jesus is God, what does the word is mean since you want to go to English in that sentence? Is it an is of identity or an is of predication?
Pretty much identity.
So you're saying that the Father is identical to God,
Well, I'm
correct?
saying that's who He is.
Is the Father identical to God?
The Father is God.
Yeah. And I'm asking you, what does the word is mean there? Is
Semantics.
the Father identical
Semantics.
to God?
Muslim semantics. At first, you was
No, it's
taking up
not.
for
It's a
Christians.
big difference. So
At
so let
first,
me
you
let
were
me let
taking
me
up for
let
Christians
me
and
show you.
smoking your buddy.
Let me show you the difference, sir. When I say that Jake is, let's say, handsome. Jake is handsome, and then I say that Jake is the Muslim metaphysician. Does the word is functioning the same in those two sentences, or are they different?
I like women. I'm sorry, so I don't care about Jake being handsome to you.
Okay, hey, that's my point to you. That's my point to you, sir. What's your real name? Let's do it this way. What's your real name? Or you don't
Muslim.
want to give that up?
My real name is Muslim.
No, your real name is not Muslim. So now you're just playing games. See, now because you're jammed, you don't want to answer a simple question.
What
Is
do you?
the Father identical to God? Yes or no?
The Father is God.
Yeah, the Father is God. Is he identical to God? Yes or no? Or do you not understand the question?
I'm not getting off into your semantics, dude. You're trying to
Okay,
use.
so you don't know. So
You know
you
what you're
don't know
trying.
what the question
Oh,
means. You don't know what the question means. So I'll explain it to you. When I say that Superman is Clark Kent, I'm saying that there are two names that refer to the same individual. Everything that's true of Superman is true of Clark Kent, and vice versa. When I say that Superman is strong, I'm not saying that he's identical to strong. I'm saying that strong is a predicate or property which is being ascribed to the subject, which is Superman. So, which one is it? Are you saying the Father is identical to God in the same way that Superman is Clark Kent? Or are you saying it is a property or set of properties that are being ascribed to the Father?
it can be all of the above, man.
It's not all of the above, because when I say that Superman is Clark Kent, I'm not saying it's a property of his. I'm saying he's identical to him.
Okay, well, the same thing can go for that. Let me ask you, Muslim. Some reason I
No, the point is you don't know the answer, dude. You don't
you
know. Why don't you just say that you don't know?
you
Simple.
were a Christian, dude.
Why don't you just say that you don't know if you don't know?
Muslim. You were a Christian, weren't you?
I just asked you a question. Are you going to
Answer the
respond by
question.
asking me a
You were
question?
a Christian.
Are you going to respond by asking me a question, or are you going to answer the question?
No, I'm going to answer the question, but first I want to make my point.
Okay, let's make this simple, sir. When you say the Father is God, do you even know what it means, or are you just going to repeat? When I say the Father is God, I'm saying the Father is God. Well, I'm
Ye-
asking you, what does it mean when you say the Father is God? Is the Father identical to God? Yes or no?
yes,
Okay, there you go. So now, is the Son identical to God?
yes.
Okay, now you have a contradiction because when you say that the Father is identical to God and the Son is identical to God, then by the transitivity of identity, that if those two, meaning the Father and Son, are identical to a third thing, which is God, it follows by classical identity that they're identical to each other, which would be the heresy of modalism, sir.
I don't believe in modalism, and you know that, Muslim.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Your position under classical
Uh,
logic entails that because if the Father is identical to
Semantics,
God,
Muslim.
if the Father is identical to God and the Son is identical to God, it
Semantics.
follows that the Father is identical to the Son. You understand that?
You know that sound. Muslim, were you a Christian at one point? Yes. Yes, you were.
No, I'm answering your
You
question by
were a
telling you.
Christian at
I'm
one point.
answering your question, sir. Sir, do you understand the conundrum that you have just fallen into, that when you say that the Father is identical to God and the Son is identical to God, it follows that the Father is identical to the Son. Do you understand that?
You know I don't believe in modalism, though.
Do you understand that that's what classical identity entails? That when you claim that there are two things identical to a third thing, which is God, that it follows by the transitivity of identity that the Father is identical to the
See,
Son. Do you understand that? Yes or no?
I told you you were playing semantics, dude, and you just proved.
No, I'm not playing
Yes, you were,
semantics.
dude.
I'm
You
bringing
just
you a
proved
logical
it.
argument.
You
I'm
just
giving you a
proved it.
logical argument, sir.
I'm pretty sure everybody just heard you play semantics, dude.
I'm giving you a
Come on,
logical
I'm not
argument.
playing semantics, dude. Come on, dude.
Do you understand what I just said? Yes or no?
And, you, and you're playing an idiot.
You
Very
know what I
simple,
do.
sir. Do you understand what I just said? Yes or no?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. So when I say, just as William Lane Craig says, maybe you can sit down and learn something. Let me read you a quote from William Lane Craig. He says, the so-called Athanasian Creed enjoins Christians to acknowledge every person by himself to be God and Lord. If these declarations are intended to imply that statements like, quote, which you just said, the Father is God are identity statements, then they threaten the doctrine of the Trinity with logical incoherence. For the logic of identity requires that if the Father is identical with God
Boom.
and the Son is identical with God, then the Father is identical with the Son, which the same councils also deny.
Boom shakalaka.
So there's your own Christian brother, William Lane Craig, telling you that when you say the Father is God and you take it as an identity statement, that if the Father is identical to God and the Son is identical to God, it follows by the logic of identity that the Father is identical to the Son, which is a heresy, sir.
You just played semantics. That's a
No,
fact.
I didn't. I
Yeah, you
didn't.
did.
I just gave you a
You
very
just
clear
played
argument.
semantics,
I
dude.
just gave you a
What's the
very clear
point?
argument, sir, and I quoted your own Christian brother, William Lane Craig, who is explaining the exact same thing. So is William Lane Craig playing semantics?
To be honest, I don't even know who that guy is, and I'm not going to pretend to know.
Oh, so you don't know who he is,
No, I have no clue.
but you know who Christian Prince is.
I have no clue who Christian Prince is. I heard about him because I have this name. To be honest with you, you see where I'm getting at? No, I'm being. That's why we don't play semantics, dude. Because then you're
Okay,
just
so
being
you don't
tricky.
know. So you're in way over your head with this conversation, is what you're telling me, and you can't show me how the Trinity is coherent because in this case, it's either falling into tritheism, there being three gods, or modalism.
See, semantics. I just keep proving
No,
myself.
it's not semantics. It's not semantics.
that
There's
it,
no semantics. I told you to show me how there's not three gods. And when we break it down, your position of the Father being identical to the Son is modalism. Simple. That's what your position entails, sir. That's what I just read from your own Christian scholar who's explaining it. So there's no semantics.
Fine, but I don't believe in modalism.
I think Christian wishes his name was Muslim right now.
Yeah.
And does he even know what semantic? Does he even know what semantics means?
Yeah, it doesn't. Listen, Mr. Christian, the reality is, and you came in here initially when I was trying to actually tell the other Muslim guy that I didn't think his argument was very good. But when you came up here and you tried to comment on the issue, you didn't even understand the nature of the discussion. You don't understand what eternal generation and the doctrine of divine processions are. You thought it was all gibberish. This is contained within the Nicene Creed. So you're in way over your head, soldier.
Yeah,
Is the
well,
Nicene Creed accurate?
Yeah, I mean, I don't claim to know everything, but then when he broke it down, he was still in error, regardless of how you put it.
Yeah,
When he
my
broke it
point to
down,
you
I'm like,
is
you're still in
when we
Is the
error.
break
Nicene
when
Creed
we break
accurate?
you, listen, Mister I don't know who you are. You're gonna have to wait your turn, so you're gonna wait in the audience now. Now, Christian, I'm telling you very simply, you have not explained how your position on the Trinity is coherent because it entails that the Father is identical to the Son. Do you understand that, sir?
I understand how you're trying to really make it, but then that it doesn't support what you're trying to do in actuality.
Okay, let me help you out. Have you taken algebra, sir?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so let's take three variables. You have A, B, and C. Okay, you have C, which is equal to 3. If I say that A is identical to C, what would A equal?
Wait, what?
C equals 3, A equals C. What would A equal? What's the value?
I thought we were talking about
I'm
number one.
just asking you a question. If you don't want to participate, you can wait in the audience.
You see how you're doing it, dude?
What's the
You're
answer
just
to the
playing all
question?
these games, dude. I'm not here to
if
play
I
games.
say if I say that C equals 3 and A equals C, what does A equal?
This has nothing to do with the discussion,
Yes,
dude.
it does. It's very simple. Let me explain it to you. It's very simple. A would equal 3. Any knucklehead who's taken out basic algebra would know and understand this. This is
Dude,
very simple.
dude, but this has nothing to do with the
Yeah, I'm
discussion.
gonna tell you how it does. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it does. Now, if B is equal to C, what is it going to equal? It's also going to equal
Equal C.
3,
Dude,
which
that's
would
not the discussion.
entail, let me
Why are
finish,
we
sir.
talking?
Let me finish, sir. Which would entail that A equals B, that they're both 3. So the point is, when you say that one thing is identical to another thing, and that some other third thing is also identical to it, it follows by the transitivity of identity that those two things
Three.
are equal
That's what you're
to
trying to make
each
it.
other.
You're trying to make it seem like three as in three gods, dude.
No, I'm telling you that your position when you said that the Father is identical to God by classical logic and classical identity entails that the Father is identical to the Son. That's what I'm explaining to you.
Dude, you're
Yeah,
just,
dude, just take the L,
you're
like you
just.
were trying to say earlier. You were trying to say earlier to Liam, take the L. Why don't you just take the L and chill out and maybe go do some research?
big line of copium. Big line of
I think
copium.
I think he took the L on algebra. He took the L on words. He took the L on the Trinity. He took the L on Paul. I
That
mean,
that whole
how many
sequence
L's
was
does
a
that
whole
make
L, to be
Christian?
honest with you, bro.
Can we add up how many L's there were? Because
No,
I doubt you even know
let
basic
me,
math at
hold
this
on,
point.
wait, let me help you guys out.
No, we
Okay.
don't need any help.
Hold
We're
on, let
trying to
me
help
help you
you.
out.
It's such a
Listen, no,
it's such a
listen,
despic like such a sad attempt
listen.
at not wanting to speak about
Listen,
basic algebra, not
listen.
wanting to. I've been listening to you for an hour. Please
The
mute yourself.
problem
No
with
one else
you,
wants to
hold on,
listen
hold on.
to
The
you
problem with
say
you
what you
guys,
don't
wait,
know.
wait,
All
wait,
you've said on this stage is, I don't know
Incoming
who
ad
Christian
hominem.
Prince is.
wait,
He put someone's name. He doesn't know who that William
R-
Lane Craig is mentioned. He doesn't know who that is.
wait.
Algebra was
Liar.
Listen,
mentioned. He doesn't know what
listen.
Rashad,
algebra is.
watch it.
Why?
He's gonna go
What
with the
else?
ad
What
hominems
else do
now.
you
Go
not
ahead,
know?
Christian.
He
He
doesn't
took
know
L on
his name.
semantics
He
as well.
doesn't know if Jesus was a Christian or not. He doesn't know what semantics is. Let us know, Christian. What is semantics?
Rashad,
I
listen.
just
You
want to know,
guys are
what is
using,
semantics, Christian
listen.
Prince?
You guys are using so
What
much
is semantics? You mentioned it several
ignorance.
times. Maybe you know this one thing,
You keep,
and we can give you some
listen.
dignity as you
Wait.
we can give you some dignity as we
Look
send you off
at
the
the
stage. What is
stupidity of
semantics?
you, man. You're
What is
One second,
using,
one
semantics?
second.
listen, you're using all types of tactics.
Tactics,
Oh,
yeah.
What is
We're using
hold
ignorance.
on. You're using, we'll use algebra. We'll do,
It doesn't matter if
look
we
at all
use
this
the
bull
text of the
crap. Just,
Bible. It doesn't matter if we brought you quotes from Jesus according to you.
no,
It doesn't
no.
matter if we brought you the church fathers. It doesn't matter if we brought you other Christians. It doesn't matter if we brought you words in the English language. It doesn't
Classical
matter if we
logic.
brought you algebra. Nothing here seemed to be anything that you understood, right? So all you understand now, I'm going to give you one chance
You were
to
backed
redeem
in a
yourself.
corner.
Here's one
You were,
chance to redeem yourself. What
you
is
were
semantics
backed
before you
in
leave?
a corner.
What exactly
You
is
were
semantics,
backed
Christian?
Are
in
you
a corner,
serious, dude? You saying he was backed in the corner, man?
One
You
You
were
second.
guys were
boxed
backed
in. You were
in,
completely,
King
you
of
were
listen,
Israel.
completely
Remove King of
boxed in,
Israel.
sir. Hold on. No, no, no. We're not going to let you get away from this now because you want to say we're backed in a corner. Can you explain to us how your position, when you say Father is identical to God and the Son is identical to God, how it doesn't entail that the Father is identical to the Son? Go ahead, explain it to us logically. Go ahead.
look, I never came up here to prove to you guys the Trinity is real because you guys don't. Wait.
You
Because
got
you
a big
guys,
mouth. You
listen,
got
So
a
what
big
you're
listen,
mouth, huh?
saying,
listen.
what you're
Big
saying
mouth.
is, I don't have an answer to you, Jake. That's what you're telling me, right? Just come on, bro. Just be honest. You don't have an answer. Simple. Put your
Listen,
pride to the side
Jake,
and say you don't have an
Jake,
answer.
listen. I know you used to be a Christian, dude. Okay, you became
Well,
Muslim.
do you know who I am?
Look, I was a Christian once
Hold
upon
on
a
a
time,
second. Hold on a second. Do
and
you
you
know
Yes,
came
who
to
I
the
am? Hold
Christian
on.
once
Do
upon
you
a
know
time.
who I am, Christian?
no, but I
Okay,
guarantee
so
you,
how do you know? So how do you know I used to be a Christian?
because
How
I
do you
can
know
tell.
that?
Because I know.
How do you know that? The Holy Spirit told you?
Were you ever a Christian?
How do
now,
you know that
now
I
he
used
wants
to be
to
a
ask you.
Christian?
Weren't you a Christian?
That's not I'm asking you. You say that you know. So I thought, wow, maybe you know me from somewhere.
Don't worry how I know, but you were a
So
Christian, Jake.
okay, so how do you know that I used to be a Christian according to you?
Because I know, Jake.
Answer the question. How do you know? I want to know. Did the Holy
Maybe I
Spirit
know
tell
you,
you?
Jake. Maybe I know you, Jake.
Maybe you know me. So how do you
Maybe I
know me?
know
That's what
you,
I'm
Jake.
asking you. How do you
He,
know me then?
he wants to deny that he watches all the Danny Hookert, you know. He wants to deny
One,
it,
one
that's why.
second, one second.
Yeah, I'm just asking you, how do you think you know me, sir?
He's denying that he watches.
Simple.
Just answer the question, Jake.
Yeah, because listen, dude, you want to come up here and you want to talk about God, you want to talk about the Bible. You can't even be honest about answering this question. How can we take you seriously? You're claiming that you know I'm a Christian, but you don't know me from that I used to be a Christian, but you don't know me from a can of paint.
Okay, but you were a Christian at one point, weren't you?
Do you know? And now you're asking, right? Because you don't know me.
Because I know, Jake. I just want you to be honest with
No,
all the bills
I
that
just
you
want you
used
to
to be
be
a
honest.
Christian,
I want
Jake.
you to be honest to say that if you know me, to tell me how you know me. And if you don't, then don't say anything about me that you don't know.
Why
Ask
can't
the
you just
question then.
answer the question? You were
Because
a
you made a
Christian?
claim. You made a claim that I was a Christian. And you don't
I
know
know
me.
you were, Jake. Just
How?
admit it.
Tell me how you know.
You and
Tell me
I
how you
both
know.
know that you were a Christian, Jake.
Tell me how you know. Did the Holy
Jake,
Spirit
you
tell you?
know how I know.
I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Come on, Jake. Come on, dude. You need to just admit it in front of these people, man.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You can't even be honest in terms of answering the question. Now, can you tell us, please, how your position doesn't entail modalism? Go ahead. We're waiting for you.
Because the Father is not the Son, and the Son is not the Holy Spirit, and they're basically distinct persons, right? That coexist and co-equally, co-eternally are God.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't You're making the claim, but when I ask you what it means to say that the Father is God, you said the Father's identical to God and the Son is identical to God. Well, it follows from that that the Father's identical to the Son. Do you understand that?
Maybe I didn't.
Okay, you didn't. So I'm telling you right now, you need to retract your statement that the Father and the Son are identical to God. Because if you hold that position, it will entail modalism.
But you know
So
I don't believe in modalism
exactly. So I'm
because
trying to
you
tell
were
you,
a
you need to
Christian as
retract your
well.
steps. You need
Jake,
to
you were
retract
a
your
Christian
steps.
too. You know that.
You
Before
need to
you gave your
retract.
life to
You
Muslim, you know that.
you need to retract your steps, sir.
But
That's
you know
what I'm
what I
trying to explain to
believe,
you. So
Jake. You
are
were
you
with
willing
us.
to say that you were wrong when you said the Father is identical to God? Could you just say that you made a mistake and then we could proceed from there?
Okay, maybe I made a mistake there.
Okay, there you go. So the Father's not identical to God. So now when you say the Father is not identical to God, it's a predicate which is being ascribed to him. Can you explain to me how there aren't three gods?
You see what I'm saying, dude? Oh my God! Come on, Jake.
Explain it to me.
Jake.
When you say the Father is God, right? And you say the Son is God, and you say the Holy Spirit
Jake.
is God, and they're not each other, then the way in which we count
No,
gods
not
would
each
be
other,
one, two, and three, just as we would count three humans.
Jake. That's what got you out of Christianity, Jake. You just failed to believe,
You
Jake.
damn right it did.
Exactly. How did I know you were a Christian, Jake?
I don't know. I'm still waiting for you to tell
You
me
see how
how
I
you
knew
knew.
that, Jake?
How did you know? How did you know?
Because I know it, Jake. The
How did
Spirit,
At
you
this
Jake.
know?
point,
Did the Holy
at this
Spirit
He's
tell
point,
a
you?
Yes,
Did the
liar.
Jake.
He's a
did the Holy
liar.
did the Holy Spirit tell you? That's what I want to know because then maybe you got some proof.
Jake,
Because
you
that would be
just
the
said
best
it.
evidence of your religion since you've been on the stage is for you to be able to know through the Holy Spirit that I used to be a Christian. Because other than that, you haven't brought anything.
You just said it, Jake. You just said that's what got you out of being a Christian.
I'm asking you a question. How did you know? You can't answer. So tell me now, since you made the first blunder in saying that the Father is identical to God and that leads to modalism, if you say that the Father is God in the sense that he's divine, how does that not relate in three gods? Father's God, Son's God, Holy Spirit's God. They're not each other. That's three gods.
And
Why don't you just say you don't know?
it's not
Maybe
three,
you don't know.
then you know. But you know what, man? I gotta get ready and go
I know.
because I gotta
I
go.
know you got to
This.
go. You really
No,
do
no,
have
I
to
got a
go.
dentist appointment. No, no, I seriously got a dentist appointment.
Okay, I appreciate that, sir. Make sure you go to that dentist, get them all checked out. Make sure he checks you out thoroughly.
Boom shakalaka laka.
But we appreciate you. You're welcome to come back anytime, sir.
All right, Jake. I hope you come back to Christ, Jake. All right.
I
I
hope
hope
you
you
come
come
back.
to
One
Islam
second,
and
one
drop that.
second.
I hope you come to Islam and I hope you drop this Trinity nonsense.
I hope
That's what you really need to do.
Christian, I sincerely hope, since you conceded that you're not upon the religion of Jesus earlier in the room, I sincerely hope you come to the religion of Jesus.
Anyway, Christian, we don't
Okay.
want you to get late for your appointment, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
but guys.
handle your business and we'll talk again soon, inshallah.
Yeah, yeah.
Take care, buddy.
Bye bye.
Bye.